Hello fellow Peanuts fans, I'm Karen from CollectPeanuts.com, and today we have some stuff I bought at an auction online. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, Patreon, it's down below. All that good stuff that all the YouTubers sell you. I got that stuff too. Help me out. Thank you. So, auctions. Online auctions. What are online auctions? There's basically two different types. There's your eBay, where you go, you find something you like, you bid on it, you know how much shipping's going to be, and when you bid $50, you're buying it for $50 plus that shipping price. You kind of go in having an idea of what you're going to pay for it. But with auction houses, you got to do a lot of math. And you don't know how much shipping will be until you get it shipped. Oh. So you bid that $50. There's usually a 20% buyer's fee. So that's what? Another $10. And then there's always tax. We'll say that's 10%. It varies on location. Plus there's shipping. And there's usually like a base price for packing. So like $5, depending on what it is. And then you've got your shipping, which is probably going to start at $15. Might as well just be $100. So fees can add up quickly. So that is one thing to think about when surfing the web and going to auction companies. Now, I got a box here of auction finds from one auction house. Let's see how I did. Did I get a good deal or not? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, well, this is from another thing. He's just rather cute, so I had him sitting next to me. So we'll put him aside for now, and we'll get started. These are actually going into the shop, so if you want to help me out in recouping my costs, you can go buy a plaque from the shop. We have Peanuts, Be Yourself. No one can ever tell you you're doing it wrong. This is from Hallmark in 2010. And then we have another Hallmark plaque. Now this one is probably from the 1980s. It says, "Keep a twinkle in your eye and a song in your heart." Very cute. Love this one. Yet another plaque. I bought a couple lots of plaques. So this one is also probably around the 1980s. It says "Joy to the World," and it's got like a little gold star there, which is nice. Then we have something a little rarer. It's the Party Person Award. Very cute. There's the back of it. Again, Hallmark, probably 1980s. I know you're all wanting to see this. I should just break it out here. We've got Snoopy's Dream Machine. Look at that. And it's in like not unused condition, but in really nice condition in here. I feel like I got a really good deal on this, at least pre-fees. It's got the assembly instructions. And then inside, it seems to be complete. I have not gone through it yet, but you can see it's sort of built already here. Now, I'd love to get this built and hanging in the room, but right now I'm not sure if I have the space for it. And this box is in great condition. You usually don't find the boxes in this good of condition. It's hard to find these sometimes. Let's see, what else have we got here? I got all of these vintage 1980s or so folders. We've got Video Champ. I like this one because it kind of looks like Pole Position in the back, if you remember Pole Position. Showing my age there. Let's see, we've got, oh, this is made in the USA. And this is made by Plymouth. Another portfolio here. We have Cowboy Snoopy, very popular at the moment. I think this one is also Plymouth. Yes. Exclusively for Butterfly Originals by Plymouth. This is the one of them that induced me to buy this lot was this vaguely Lisa Frank space scene. Not quite as bright as a Lisa Frank, but definitely got that whimsy to it. And I've got 2 of these, so I'm gonna have to put one of these in the shop unless somebody wants to make me a crazy offer. Look at this ice cream shop. Also by Plymouth. And then we've got Football Fanatic, 2 of those. So make me an offer if you just have to get these, because I got to make my money back on this lot. Now, if you want the nitty-gritty of how much I spent on all this, Patreon. Next, an assortment of tiny flags here. Let's see, we've got a Snoopy Windcraft one, Knott's Berry Farm. So this one looks like might be 80s, might be Flying Ace, Peanuts. Now these 3 I remember getting at Mall of America Camp Snoopy in the 90s. So that's probably when these are from. I don't know about this one. This one's a little bit different. Pretty sure I don't have these, but we'll check. Definitely love this Knott's Berry Farm one though. I feel like you could put this on a pencil. A few more plaques. These I'm actually keeping for myself. I've been looking for this one in decent condition, and I feel like I finally found one. I'm gonna have to sell the rest of them, so let's hope I find them quickly. And another keeper for me, we have Woodstock, Bless This Mess. I should just hang this at the entrance to this room. It's not that messy. I definitely need more hockey sticks to look like Woodstock, though. These 2 are also Hallmark, probably 1980s. Could be late 70s. Oh, this is one of the really special pieces I got. I don't know what this is. I've never seen it before. And when I see something I haven't seen before, I like to pick it up. So they didn't really have it out of the box, so I couldn't see what it was. Bought it anyway. Let me know if you have one of these in your collection, because I don't know that I've seen this before. I don't think the box says what it is. I think this camera was made by Amazon because it keeps wanting to like focus on the box. I just grabbed a box. So yeah, it says roller skating on Snoopy here. Unfortunately, this is really yellowed, which par for the course. This is probably from the 1980s. And then it says World's Greatest down here. It kind of looks like an Aviva trophy, but this is actually made by Quantasia. Quantasia kind of took over what Aviva used to do. I don't know what the relationship there is. And then we have the box. It's a bit shabby, but it's there and it's fairly intact. So on the back here, we have a 2 box. So this is like supposed to be gifted, and it's got the copyright there. It says 1958, but as I say in every single video, that is a character copyright, not the copyright of when it was made. You can see at the bottom here, it says Quantasia. It also says that on the bottom of the black box, but you're probably not going to see that in the video. But yeah, there's nothing on here to say what this is. So if you have any idea of what this would be called, it probably doesn't matter, because anybody listening this on eBay isn't going to know what it's called either. But if you know, do let me know, because This isn't helping me at all. Maybe it's the only one left in existence. I can see this topper here getting broken easily, especially if it's on display in a kid's room. I could see whatever glue is holding this on breaking. Now, one of the things with collecting peanuts, especially with stuff like this, is sometimes you don't know what to look for if you don't know it exists. So now that we all know that this exists, we can look for them. See if they actually, if there's any more out there. That would be amazing. Also with those other pennants, because it was a lot of items. So like a grouping of items that you bid on together. We have this pennant. This is also a Wincraft. Happiness is a raise game. And I looked that up. And I promptly forgot where that's from. This is by Wincraft again. And I think this is like a 2014. Yeah, 2014. So that was a interesting find. I didn't know anything like this existed. I knew pennants existed, but I didn't know Wincraft was still making pennants in 2014 with Peanuts gang members on it. So that was interesting. And then the thing you'll all get jealous of, here we go. We have a vintage Determined Productions felt pennant. It says, "The planting of a tree shows faith in the future." There you go, Linus and Lucy planting a tree. It needs a quick iron, but otherwise it's in like really good condition. It looks like maybe a pin back was attached there at the top, but a little bit of rust there, unfortunately, but really it's not bad. Not bad at all. Also love this yellow color. So this is probably from late 60s, early 70s. Bag of PVC figures. Easter Snoopy in an egg. This is probably Whitman's. Could be Applause. I don't know how to tell the difference. I'm sorry. But since we also have this Whitman's, definitely Whitman's PVC, I'm guessing that other one is also Whitman's. A Knickerbocker Woodstock. This would have come with a Snoopy dress-up doll or a Belle dress-up doll or some other dolls. And we have Snoopy the Flying Ace here, looking dapper in his giant Bill Melendez mustache there. He's gonna have to go in the shop. Actually, most of these are going in the shop. I do have to buy some stuff to buy just to try and just break even. That is always my goal, is just break even. And this is, I believe he's Applause. Flying Ace, again, kind of different from this one. Crooner Snoopy here with his guitar and his straw hat. He's probably going to the shop as well. And Tennis Snoopy. I actually had one of these as a child, so I definitely already have this one. Finally, we have Belle, and she is staying with me. I wanted an extra one for my little cactus garden. I have a YouTube video on that if you want to see the cactus garden. So in order to get Snoopy's Dream Machine, I also had to get Snoopy's Doghouse game because it was in the same lot. And I'm sure this added to the shipping price because it's a very large item. It ended up being a very large box to ship all this in. It seems to be all there, which is really nice. This is probably going into the shop. I haven't really figured out what I'm doing with it yet, but I might do a video on it. We can see how it's played. Seems to be complete. Let's hope so. So this is a Milton Bradley game, probably from the 1970s. Could be 1980s. It's always tricky because, like, this feels like a very 1980s typeface here. Something special. We have Peanuts world famous baseball team banks from Determined Productions. These are from Japan. Let's show you on the back of the box here. First up, we have Lucy. Look at her there. Very distinctive bangs. I really like these. Very cute. Got bow on the back of her dress. Still got the stoppers. Basically unused. So these are really nice banks. I got them for a decent price, at least for all the fees. One interesting thing is on these boxes, originally these were $28, and I think these came out in the 90s. So these originally were $28, marked down to $19, and I paid less than that each before fees and shipping. So I'm sure with fees and shipping, it's probably back up to full retail in the 1990s, which is fine by me. We're gonna spend our money like it's the 1990s. Oh, I wish. Next up, we have Schroeder. There he is in his pitcher's outfit there. Pitcher. Catcher. I don't know baseball. Why did I buy these? Because cuteness. The little rosy cheeks. Gotta love them. Finally, one more. Fortunately, I do not have a full baseball team. There probably would have been at least 3 others. So Charlie Brown, Peppermint Patty, and Linus. Finally, the one you've been waiting for. Snoopy. There he is. Adorable. Oh, he's still got his tag. And finally, the real reason I bought all this stuff instead of being like, oh, I don't know if I want to buy stuff because shipping might be expensive. This bucket. I got a really good price on this bucket, and I've been looking for this bucket for ages. And you're like, why? Why would you want that bucket? Why would I want this bucket? Such a silly thing to add to my collection. Look at that. I don't know what this bucket is. This is why I wanted this bucket. I can't find any information on how this bucket was made. I know who made it. It's right here at the top. J. Shine Company. Pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. Made in the USA. This could be also called a pail, like a sand pail. I've seen them come with like a little shovel for putting the sand into your bucket. This thing is in beautiful condition. Look at that. Woo! Like if I'm gonna get one of these, this is the one to have. And the bottom, oh yeah, that's right. There's some info on the bottom. Somebody put some stickers down there. I'm probably gonna pull those off. Super rare mint bucket, little folks, very early. Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Lucy, Snoopy, 1952, 160. That says C. Schultz, spelled with a. It's just spelled wrong. Let's just say that. 160. They think this is worth. I don't know. I wouldn't pay 160 for this. If somebody else wants to pay me 160. That would be cool. I don't think this is little folks. It's not little folks. I don't think Charlie Brown got his stripe that early. I doubt this is 1952 because Lucy looks older than that. Definitely needs some research. There is no copyright information on here. If anybody has more information, I would love to know more about this bucket. It is truly a mystery how very obvious Peanuts characters got on an unlicensed bucket. Is this just such an early piece in Peanuts memorabilia that they didn't have rules set out yet for copyright information. Maybe the copyright information was on a sticker or a tag and they didn't need it printed on the piece itself. Or maybe it was supposed to be and then it wasn't. And, you know, who knows? Maybe the rest of them got destroyed. There are others out there. I know that much. And why all these other children? Who are these other children? This must be some artist style. If you know whose style this is, please reach out. I have so many questions. Like, what was your favorite item today? Was it Mystery Bucket? Was it Snoopy's Dream Machine, which I can't pick up because there's a bunch of stuff on top of it? Was it planting a tree for the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Did I get it all for a good price? Overall, I paid $250 for everything, which it feels like a lot. I think between Bucket, these three of these banks, the Snoopy Dream Machine, and this banner, I think I got a really good price. Everything else is just gravy. If you think it was a good deal, hit that like button. If you think it was a bad deal, hit that like button and subscribe. And come visit me on Patreon, where you can sponsor the upkeep of the website. That really helps out with all the little expenses that add up to keep the website full of information going. And it helps bring me things to share with you, like the world's greatest roller skater. What is this? I don't know. Is maybe this is how you know there's an earthquake, because this just starts going like this. Now I feel like I've jinxed myself. CollectPeanuts.com. You can see photos of my collection. You can read articles about collecting peanuts, like copyright dates, and you can buy stuff from my shop, like this plaque here. Joy to the world. Happy collecting peanuts, fans. Bye. What is this bucket? What is this bucket? They're on both sides. Side one, side two. Better one, better two. They're both great. It's such a gorgeous bucket. I got such a good deal on it.